Wolf Girl. Wolf Girl 4, Chapter 12. A Difficult Choice. Joffa, Sunrise's uncle, pulled back his lips to reveal a row of glistening fangs. My hand twitched towards my sling. There was no time to load a stone, let alone swing and release. The wolf could cover the distance in a flash. Sunrise whisked around in front of me, snarling and poised to strike. Back off, Joffa. Who are these two legs? They shouldn't be here. The printer spat out the last bit of paper. Rupert glanced at the little pile of some 5 or 6 sheets. He took a step towards it, but Joffa's eyes flicked to him and froze him in his tracks. Get out of the way, Joffa, said Sunrise. We're leaving. Joffa was in an awkward position, half in and out of the door. He seemed uncomfortable, knowing he was at a disadvantage. This is not the way of our pack, Rage, he growled. The leader must be obeyed. My name isn't Rage. Sunrise took a threatening step forwards. Wearing an ugly expression, Joffa backed up slowly through the dog door. Sunrise glanced at me. We need to leave now. Rupert ran over to the printer and collected the pages. I went to the door and hesitantly opened it. Sunrise nudged through, keeping herself between me and Joffa, who was waiting outside. Stay behind me, she warned. We moved towards the stairs as Sunrise stared down Joffa. He held his distance, angry but uncertain. We made it to the stairs and, holding firm to the handrail, backed our way down. We couldn't just turn and run. I felt sure that the moment we showed our backs, Joffa would strike. Sunrise couldn't walk backwards down the stairs, though, so she remained at the top, holding back the older wolf. Once we reached the bottom, she turned and ran down after us. Joffa leapt to where she had been and stared down, growling loudly. The front door, I said. I sprinted across the foyer and practically dived through the dog door. As I stood up outside, grazed knees stinging, I was ready to pull Rupert through after me. Get back to the hole in the fence, I said. He made off down the front steps as I waited for a tense moment. Would Sunrise follow? Her head came through the dog door, the rest of her following. What are you waiting for? Together we took off towards the hole. Sunrise running by my side triggered dozens of old memories. Somehow, in my heart, I knew it was just because she was helping us escape. It didn't mean she was coming with us. What if I went through the hole and never saw her again? All the uncertainty and sadness that had built up inside me was suddenly too much to bear. I lunged at Sunrise and flung my arms around her. She wasn't expecting it, and for a moment she was startled, but then I was crying into her neck and she was nuzzling me back. Gwen, what are you doing? Called Rupert, his voice low but urgent. Come on! I squeezed Sunrise tight, painfully aware it might be for the last time. I'm going to miss you so much, I said. She gave a little whine. I love you, Gwen. I love you too. The floodlights came on, lighting up the lawn like day. The front door of the mansion slammed open and... My goodness, exclaimed Stone, moving down the steps as the pack spread out around him. Is that young Rupert I see? Rupert froze by the fence, fear dancing in his eyes. Why, said Stone, it has been a good long while since we spoke. Where are you going in such a hurry? Rupert shook himself. His eyes hardened. Away from you, forever, he shouted, then wrenched aside the bush to get down in the hole. Stone's smile quivered. That seemed unnecessarily hurtful, he said. I had to follow Rupert without delay if I was going to have any chance. Go, Sunrise growled, and I ran. Get them, shouted Stone. Bring them back. Sunrise whined and shuffled on the spot, looking from the oncoming pack to me. "Rage!" shouted Stone. "What are you doing? After her!" I was never going to make it. The wolves were closing the gap too fast. Fern curved round to flank me, then dashed in from the side. She leapt into the air, her jaws opening wide. I couldn't believe it. My heart broke for Sunrise. Faced with an impossible choice, she had chosen me over her parents. Sunrise landed and rolled to her feet. She snapped and snarled at the other wolves, who slowed and circled her, eyeing her warily. I dived into the hole and almost choked on a mouthful of dirt. Scrambling out the other side, I screamed at the others, "Go! Go!" Nosy, Brutus, and Tiny took off down the hill with Rupert. I paused, looking back through the fence. Sunrise wouldn't be able to hold them all off for long. "Come with us, Sunrise," I called. "You don't belong in a collar." Sunrise backed towards the fence as the pack tightened the circle around her. Finally she turned and went through the hole. The other wolves surged forward, but I was ready. Perhaps that would delay them, but it wouldn't work for long. Here's the picture. Oh, that's her. See, that's her there. She's pushing a stone in the hole, so the other wolves can't get through.
Well, then how is she going to get through?
Well, she's already through. That's the other side there. "To the front gate," shouted Stone. Together, Sunrise and I ran after the others, and not far behind us came the entire team of attack wolves, followed by Captain Stone and his soldiers. And that is the end of that chapter. The next one is called Ships and Sandpits. And it looks like Sunrise is back with the pack.